What's up, guys? Nick from Source Strength. Just want to do a quick video about what's in my gym bag, why I specifically have these things, and why I like them. So I didn't really plan this. I'm just gonna pull stuff out, talk about it real quick, and we'll just kind of go from there. So the first thing is my Gangster wrist wraps. You can get those on howmuchyoubench.net. It's one of Mark Bell's products. These are the best wrist wraps that I've ever used. The reason why I like them a lot is because they're extremely long. I think they're 36 inches or something like that. But they're really, really long. And then it's a very stretchy material. It's very thick. And you can really wrap your wrist like a lot of times. So here's one wrap, two wraps, three wraps, and then if I really want to go really tight, I can do a fourth one. But these are great. I love them a lot. Like I said, I've been using them probably for 5 months, and they have held up just fine. It's pretty cool because the Velcro sticks right here on this landing pad, but it can stick anywhere on the wrap if you have big or small wrists. So definitely the best wrist wraps, hands down. Next is the compression cuffs from howmuchyoubench.net. For these, I have a lot of elbow pain from like benching and stuff, so I usually just put them right there on my elbow. And really anywhere that I'm having pain. Sometimes I have pain in my forearm, so I'll just slide it down right there. It just helps me, the compression really helps the pain go away. I never thought I would even use them, and I use them every single time that I work out, so I would recommend that. I think the wrist wraps were like 20 or 30 bucks. The compressions cuff was like 20 or 30 bucks. So these are my stinky, smelly, nasty knee sleeves from Reband. Here's the little plug for Reband. I got these a size a little bit too big on purpose because I didn't want it to rely on the compression from this to actually do the squats. So the main thing here is I'm just covering my knee and keeping it warm, and I'm not really looking for extra pounds on my squat from this or from my deadlift. I just like everybody else, you have a little bit of knee issues, popping, cracking and stuff. So once I throw these on, all that goes away. Like I said, I'm not one of those people, I don't like to do knee wraps. I think if you can't squat it raw, you shouldn't really squat it. So these, like I said, they're just to keep me a little bit warm. To keep them safe, really. I'm not really looking for it. To me, it doesn't matter if I had 5 pounds or 10 pounds on my squat. It matters like how many times I can do that squat. So I'd rather work in a little bit of a lighter weight and it be your true working weight than just to throw on super tight knee wraps. I mean, you're not going to be able to in real life put on knee wraps and pick something up. So you should just be able to do it normal, my opinion. The next thing is my favorite thing. This is my belt. This is from Spud Inc. I'll show you the label right here. And I'll actually stand up and tell you why I love this so much. So it's a very, very thick belt, and it's a soft material so it can bend. The reason that I like it so much is because that I'm fat. So when we put it on here, squat down a little bit. If I'm doing a bench, squat, or deadlift, I'm gonna go really, really tight. Here you can see my fat spilling out on both sides. But then if I'm doing like a medley, so if I'm doing like a deadlift medley for strongmen, I'll have it really tight, and then I'll just push out with my stomach, and then strap it back on if I'm gonna do like a kettlebell swing, and then if I'm gonna go back to the deadlift, then I'll put it really tight again. So since there's no holes, and that strap just runs through this ring right here, you can constantly adjust the tightness or the looseness of the belt. So I'm looking for like the belt to be very functionable. So I don't want to, if you, for me at least, I have a bigger stomach. So sometimes when I buy a belt, the notch will fit in one hole and be too tight, and the next hole will be too loose. So that is the best belt. I'm not getting any revenue from plugging these things or whatever, but Spud Inc. has the best belts in my opinion. So the next thing is the Fat Grips. This is not actually Fat Grip brand, Hairbringer I think is the brand. These are great. These are like a really underused thing. I actually don't use these on my deadlifts. I put them on for when I do curls and stuff because I just want to involve my forearms as much as possible. they're very humbling, and my ego's a little bit too big right now to use them on my deadlifts, because when I use them, I can't even get close to where I need to be. But I do these for farmers walks. Like if I'm working at a different gym that doesn't have like a trap bar or farmer's handles, I'll just put these on like the 100-pound dumbbells and walk around, so it makes it a little bit harder. But I definitely would pick these up too. I don't use them every single week, but the times that I do use them, I'm extremely grateful that I have them. So the next thing is BioFreeze. I had said earlier I had back surgery before, so anytime my back is hurting, I just put this on my back, and I have some knee issues, so I put it on my knee just to, so basically I can't feel it. Here is something from Rogue Fitness. These are the Monster Mini Bands for the deadlifts. I will say that I used them once and I hate them, and I just keep them in here because I paid a lot of money for them. The reason that I personally don't like them is I'm not somebody who uses bands. I wanted to get, everybody likes to use bands and chains and stuff, and I feel like it doesn't help me personally at all. The way to get my deadlift to go up more is just to deadlift more often. I don't think bands is the difference between you hitting a PR or not. I think just you actually physically going to the gym. So I have them in my bag. I do not use them. I'm not saying it's a bad product. They do exactly what they're supposed to be. These add 100 pounds of tension per band. So this is 200 pounds of band tension. But I don't really use them. I can't say one way or the other about them because I'm just not a band guy. The next thing we got in here is the old wrist wraps. Just, you know, Walmart brand. I don't go too crazy with the wrist wraps. I try not to use them as much as possible. I go double overhand for as long as I possibly can, then I'll throw these in. I don't use these for any accessory work, and you shouldn't either. You should be working your grip strength and stuff like that. Not too much to say about that. I do keep some athletic cloth tape. Like right now, I have torn my callus off of my hand, so I just put a Band-Aid on and wrap this around to keep it like safe. Also, if you do hook grip, you can wrap it around your thumbs. Your thumbs don't hurt. Anytime, some people have pain in their fingers when they squat just because of their poor flexibility and stuff. And so it's just good to have that to wrap up whatever's hurting that day if you have a blister. I'm not going to pull these all out individually, but I have a bunch of bands here with the handles where you can really stretch out. So when I do my warm-up, I do 10 minutes of stretching my upper body, 10 minutes lower body, 5 minutes of bands, and then 5 minutes of like sleds, kettlebell swings, and stuff like that. Really, the bands is just to warm up the muscles I'm gonna be using that day. And then for like me, I have really bad shoulders, so I spend a lot of time at home and at the gym working on my shoulder mobility with the bands, and to warm them up before I do like a big pressing day. This is like a makeshift hip circle. I just put it between my legs, use it like a hip circle. You can find these pretty much anywhere. A lot of gyms have them. I just put them right here to my knees, and then I just do squats with them and just warm up with them. Here's a pair of knee wraps that I don't use. The reason that I keep them in my bag is because a lot of people do use them, and if I see a guy at the gym and he forgot his, I'll just let him borrow these for the day. Let's see. I also have some measuring tape right here, and it's not for body measurements. It's so when I'm doing contest prep, or I just want to be very specific about what I'm doing, if I'm doing a deadlift off of like blocks or something, I want to know exactly the inches that I'm doing it off of, so that there's more consistency in my training. So if I'm going to do a rack pull, I want to go exactly 18 inches, so I'll just use this. That way I can figure it out instead of guessing. So I can be as specific as possible. All right, we're nearing the end here. Just one more side pocket. So I have a bag of chalk that I don't use. It's for other people, just in case they forgot their chalk. I use the chalk balls. You can get them at Academy. They're only a few bucks. It's just a little cleaner. You can just put it in your hand and then throw it in your bag. So I'm a fan of that over the actual chalk powder. But like I said, I keep that just in case I forget my ball, it runs out, or somebody else wants it to borrow it. I have an extra pair of wrist wraps, just in case I forget mine, they break. Then I have a third pair of wrist wraps just in case they break, and the first two broke and I forgot them all, or somebody else needs them. And that's it. Nothing else in the gym bag. All this stuff in there I don't use every single day, but it's usually my gym bag is slammed full of stuff. So I just want to make sure that I have everything. I don't want to be caught with my, my pants down. Basically, I want to make sure I have everything that I need for me, for my training partners, and then other people. I know before that I've forgotten something and I've just walked over to somebody with a gym bag and been like, hey man, do you got an extra pair of wrist straps I can use for just this one set? Sometimes you just forget the whole bag in general, and you forget that, like, when you pull up to the gym, you're like, oh shit, I don't have my bag. So it's nice to carry other stuff for other people, and they'll help you out with it. That's it, guys. That's all that's in my gym bag. I hope you liked the video. Nothing crazy in here. I like to keep it pretty simple. Really, the things that I use every single day is my belt, I use my wrist wraps, and I use the compression cuffs because I want to stay safe and I want to be very tight. And I don't think it's cheating to use any of those things. If I want to be lifting for 20, 30, 40 more years, how could I possibly not want to put on wrist wraps? I don't want to have, sprained wrists and stuff like that. So that's it. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe below. My Instagram is soars_strength, and let me know with the next video. I took I had a heavy squat day today, had a PR, so I'm gonna upload a lot of B-roll, talk about squatting. If you have any specific questions about the squat, let me know. Comment below down here. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye.